Algeria is a country on the northern tip of Africa, directly under Spain. As an attempt to win popular support, Charles X of France led the conquest of Algeria between 1830 and 1847. This conquest led to the destruction of many towns and deaths of many people. This picture is of Charles X of France. These next two pictures shown portray how violent the French were while conquering Algeria.
Ici, Londres. Les Français parlent au français. Patience, nous arrivons. Dis donc, Mickey, c'est vrai qu'ils font des épinards meilleurs que chez nous en France? Nous arrivons, nous arrivons, nous arrivons. Dis donc, Léonie, nous allons retrouver nos beefsteaks frites et notre café crème tous les matins.
Et nos cigarettes anglaises.
Et du chocolat et des marrons tous les jours. Ici, Londres. Amis français, notre émission est terminée.
114 years later, in France, the Vichy government of World War II fell. Until official order could be established, a provisional government was put in place. This provisional government was headed by the French general Charles de Gaulle and lasted from 1944 to 1946. This picture is of Charles de Gaulle when he was a military general. After the provisional government, the Fourth Republic of France was established. This picture is of one of the coins that were used during this time. This particular coin is worth 2 francs and says liberty, equality, fraternity. While Charles de Gaulle was beaten in his presidential campaigns during the Fourth Republic, he did serve as Prime Minister for the last 2 years of the Republic's existence, which spanned from 1946 to 1958. While other factors also played a role in the fall of the Fourth French Republic, a major reason for its collapse was the outbreak of the Algerian independence movement. This nationalistic movement actually began with small uprisings in the Ares Mountains in 1954. These small uprisings quickly became larger and more urban, as shown in the picture. In Algeria in 1954, there were many separate groups of people who fought to claim back their land. In 1958, these small separate groups joined together, creating the National Liberation Front, or the FLN, shown in the current picture. This picture is a group of FLN members who are ready to fight for their country. In 1958, the French general Jacques Massu attained military power in Algeria and demanded that Charles de Gaulle be appointed as president and that he write a new constitution. Massu then threatened to launch an attack on Paris if his orders were not followed. This is a picture of Jacques Massu. After this, Charles de Gaulle was appointed president of France. He also agreed to rewrite the Constitution, dissolving the Fourth Republic and starting the Fifth Republic, which still stands today. This picture shows Charles de Gaulle as president. This picture is of a coin that was used after the creation of the Fifth Republic. On the front, the coin says French Republic, while on the back, the motto of liberty, equality, fraternity is still displayed.
De Gaulle takes leave of President Coty on the steps of the Élysée Palace after formally accepting the mission of forming a new government. The President, by insisting on de Gaulle, has sealed the doom of the Fourth Republic. But in Algiers, at least, nobody mourns its passing. Huge crowds celebrate de Gaulle's victory, a victory which would certainly not have happened but for the Algerian revolt. The general wastes no time. As soon as he has been confirmed in office by the National Assembly, he and his cabinet get to work. His ministers include outgoing Premier Pierre Flamelin, Conservative Antoine Pinet, and the socialist leader Guy Mollet. Jubilant demonstrators in the streets of Paris hail the birth of the Fifth Republic, while in the National Assembly, deputies hear their new premier demand the sweeping powers he needs to give it shape. A free hand for 6 months and authority to revise the Constitution. Apprehensive, but seeing no alternative, they surrender. For the old order has dragged France's name in the mud, and only de Gaulle seems capable of changing it. Whether he can reshape French political life without intense civil conflict remains to be seen. But there's certainly stormy weather ahead.
Soon after Charles de Gaulle became president of France, he realized that the attempts to suppress the Algerian people were futile. He then agreed to allow for Algerian independence. This process was long and resulted in many hostile situations. This picture shows the crowd of people fighting for Algerian independence. Finally, on July 5, 1962, Algeria's independence was achieved.